Hello, hello. Today is July 20th, 2020, and the stars tell us it's time for Norm Winsky to come back and tell us what the future holds in the worlds of commodities and stocks. And Norm, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Okay, I thought I was last on your show on Friday the 10th, I believe, and I gave some forecasts out, different planetary events, and connected them with possible forecasts for the markets. So we'll go over those, and then I'll tell you what's happening right now in the immediate future. So back on the 10th, Friday the 10th, we had Venus aphelion. What's that? Venus takes 225 days to go around the sun. The planets go around the sun in an elliptical fashion, not a circle. So there's a farthest point and a nearest point. Venus was at its farthest point, and there we go. Venus markets are cattle, copper, and since it's near the sun, that's a corn thing. It's golden corn like the sun, cotton, golden gold, and we're not going to do OJ because nobody trades it. Stocks, sugar, and wheat. Then over the weekend, the 10th weekend, we had Mercury turning direct. That happens 3 times a year due to the rolling motion of the Earth. The planets look like the planets, if you plot the planets, you notice that they look like, from Earth, they look like they stop their motion and reverse direction every now and then. Mercury does this about 3 times a year. Mercury had been going retrograde, that's backwards, and has stopped over the 10th weekend to go forward. And so we'll be looking at the Mercury markets, which are the grains, and since it was in Cancer, we'll be looking at silver, and then the stocks respond to everything. It's the big basket of everything. Then Monday afternoon, that takes you into Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon we had Jupiter 120 to the U.S. Neptune. That's where Jupiter was 120 degrees from where Neptune was on the 4th of July in 1776. That's called the U.S. natal chart, and we'll be looking at your U.S. financials, which are stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. Because it's Neptune, we'll also look at oil. Okay, so here are the rules of the game. If we're going sideways, we do nothing. It's Newton's law. For every action, opposite equal reaction, and sideways, Newton didn't like sideways because the opposite of sideways is more sideways. It's a mirror image deal, and there you go. So cattle's going sideways. I put a yellow bar to indicate it was going sideways into the 10th, which was our window for to look for a possible change of trend, but can't expect much out of sideways. Copper was going up, up, up. We like that, but unfortunately, it was a day early and too many dollars short. So, but what about 68 cents against you if you did that? Money, that's about $1,500 to $2,000 in one day, is way too much money. You probably would have used a 2 to 4 cent stop, and it did about double of that, and you would have got stopped out. Excuse me. Corn was good. You were selling on the 10th near the previous day's high within a penny or two. That's good. Then we went down for looks like about 10 cents or so, and but you would have been buying there on Monday the 13th. But you were about 2 days early on the low. I only allow 1 day, and so I had to mark that as a miss, even though it didn't go very much against you. It was a miss. Cotton was very nice, selling against the high of the previous day. You're near the high there, and then cotton went down, down, down from that point for the Friday, the 10th window. Gold had a little pullback low into that window, the Friday window, and had a little pop up there, so you could have made a little money on gold. Crude oil on Monday afternoon, along with the stock market, had a nice top there and pulled back a couple of handles for a couple $1,000. And here's your silver going up, 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 and like the copper, and that was about a day early and too much money, and so I had to mark that as a miss. Here's your beans. Beans were good. We're looking for a low there on Monday the 13th with the Mercury turning direct, and that was the low day for the beans, and the beans went up all week. And I got a green box there because we're coming into another possible window there for a change of trend. And this is one of the handful of few markets when I did these charts last night that had a clear trend up or down. A lot of these were going sideways. Here's your S&P back on the 10th. was going sideways, but popped up for Monday the 13th. And so I was looking for a high there by the afternoon of the 13th. And we got that. We had a sharp down on the 13th. Good for about 85 handles or so. And then did a few more. Did I think about 30 or 40 more the next morning. And that was a low there. So anyway, that was a good one. We had 2 points there for that. Here's S&P. Did not talk about the NASDAQ. Here's the NASDAQ. Did talk about that. I'm just throwing that in here to show an extreme in market sentiment. This thing was going up, went to a new all-time high on Monday the 13th, and had a big correction that Monday, and did not recover all week. So versus the S&P, which did go up, make a slightly higher high later that week. So just an unofficial example there how this stuff works. You know, the bigger the extreme, the better. Here's your sugar going down. That was a miss. That didn't work. Here's your T-bonds. Had a nice pullback low for the T-bonds on the 13th. And then they had a little pop-up, and you could have made, looks like about 2 handles there, good for about $2,000. Here's your U.S. dollar. That did not work. It just kept going down. And there's a green box there because the dollar has been doing nothing but going down. And we're into a window here for a possible change of trend, which I'll elaborate on in just a moment. Here's your wheat. Made a 2 out of 2 on the wheat. Made a high on the 10th and a low on the 13th. And that's what we like to see. We hit 2 out of 2 there. And here's your score. If you add up the green arrows and red arrows, we got first 5 misses out of 15. We hit 2/3 winners. So here we go. Here we're this afternoon. This is Monday the 20th. We had a new moon in the sign of Cancer. We'll be watching our usual suspects: financials, grains, precious metals, and because it's in the sign of Cancer, keep your eye on silver. In about 2 days, Wednesday morning, we'll have Mercury get to an extreme in its cycle, and of course, Mercury is the grain, so corn, soybean, and stocks for everything, and wheat. And there you go. And then Thursday night, Friday morning, heliocentric from the point of view of the sun. Mars will enter the sign Pisces, and that's oil, and then also stocks. Okay, give you a quick overview here. The stock market had a nice update today, and so this is setting up for a possible top, I'd say, by Tuesday, Wednesday, S&P short-term top. Longer term, the S&P says it broke out over that June 8th, important critical June 8th high. I think it was 32, 33 area there. I think that was all your Fibonacci retracements. You break that, all your Fibonacci retracements kind of went out the window. And I think the S&P is telling us it's probably going to go back in the not too distant future, retest the February top, the all-time high, despite all the bad news. So there you go. Yeah, a lot of the LA people that are really bearish will maybe not be so happy. I don't know. Or you were using that June 8th high as sort of the equivalent of 1930 bounce high, before the big crash. I think when I read, I'm not an Elliott waiver, so I don't know. So we had a couple other things here. We have the dollar going down into the new moon. The currencies like the moon, and so we're looking for a change in trend on your currencies. Here's a couple of charts I haven't shown you yet. Here the euro's been going up, which is usually a mirror image of the dollar, and so that's due for a top. Here's a Swiss franc, had a little pop up here in the last day or two, and that might be due for a top too, but not too many people follow the Swiss franc. And that's pretty much it, Jeff. Here's how to get a hold of Norm. Here we go. I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida. There's my phone. You can call me and talk to me. Don't have to talk to a robot or a website. 239-594-3939. That's in Winski. Embark with a Q in the middle, mail.com. Or you can call me on Skype at mwinski_1. And I have about 50 years of market experience. And I did 12 years as a Chicago floor trader, so I have a little bit of experience. I give classes. I have a day trading class. I have a swing trading class. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff.
Norm, it's great as always. Today's action was really positive. I haven't done my analysis yet, but I think what you said could well be true. So I just have to do it and see if I come up with the same thing, but it wouldn't surprise me if you were right again.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Okay, we'll see you back in a couple of weeks, Norm.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.